You got to look at too, there's so many things to look at, and everybody thinks that this stuff's easy, man. You got to look at where you're at in the business that you're doing and what you're trying to do. See, what I'm trying to do is, well, I'm trying to make a good living, and what I was trying to do in the beginning of the business was just survive. And what I was trying to do was maybe build a business up where, you know, I can do long. But I learned real quick after about probably about 3 or 4 seasons that labor was going to be an issue all the time. But I kind of ignored that little man in my head telling me that there was nothing I could do about it. I had to keep paying my bills. So at the end of the day, what the little man on my shoulder kept telling me, you know, about labor, I had to ignore it because I had all this work, and especially for the summertime. So I just had to kind of I had to have guys like Bo and y'all seen some of the guys I've had out here, and just keep working toward. But my goals have changed. One goal that has never changed is making the most money in the minimal time and keeping my expenses low. That's the number one. That goal has never changed. But some of the other goals have changed because now I'm more informed now than what I was when I started. The reality of having 3 or 4 guys out here working for me is that's not a reality that is going to happen for me. And I can't keep telling myself that, oh, next year's going to be better with labor. Oh, next year's, you know, I've been telling myself that for 7, 8 years. It's not going to get better. And I'm just going to get older and less tolerable. So as the business has evolved and you guys see me buy other equipment, the main reason why I do that is because I don't have to have heavy labor for all those other things that I do. Run the man lift, I don't have to have labor. And if I do, the man lift and the skid steer pay more money. Running the skid steer, I don't always have to have labor, but I make 5 times as much money without labor, without the headache, without all that. And so as my business has evolved, I have learned that labor is going to always be a problem, and that I can't count on labor. So as I make money in the lawn maintenance business, I'm trying to steer away from, not the lawn maintenance business so much, but I'm trying to steer away from all the heavy labor stuff. You know, the mulch. I don't do any of that anymore. You know, the 10, 15 acre cuts. I don't do a lot of that anymore. I do some, but you know, I don't take on jobs that I can't do solo. The biggest thing and struggles that you guys see me go through in the summertime is guys not showing up and stuff like that. Now that always sets me up for failure, because then I have not planned accordingly. And see, if I know that I don't have help, I plan accordingly, and I'm not you know, stuck with 15 yards on a list sitting here at 8:30 in the morning and nobody showing up and the customer thinks I'm coming. See, I never set up for that. So y'all know in the business that I run, I do a lot of other stuff besides just lawn maintenance. Now the lawn maintenance is really good for you know, 6 or 8 months out of the year, something like that. We got a pretty long season, and I've been able to make it on the lawn care, you know, maintenance a lot. But what do you do in the winter, right? I mean, So the lawn maintenance has got to, well, it's got to morph into something else. It's got to grow into something else for the wintertime, or evolve into something else for the wintertime. And when I buy equipment, trucks, trailers, whatever I buy, I'm thinking about the whole shebang, right? Because the way I've been doing business is maybe not typical of a lot of other people. Not that I'm right and they're wrong, or I'm wrong and they're right. I'm a hustler, so I do a lot of different stuff that pays pretty good, right? But when I buy trucks and I buy trailers and everything, I'm thinking about more than just the lawn maintenance. Though a truck that you can load the mowers on, like an Isuzu or whatever, you know, I know there's more than one brand that has the bed and the ramp and all load up. You know, that has the ramp and all. And I'm not talking about one of those add-on ramps like you would add on to this truck. Those are pretty good, I would imagine. I've never had one, but I don't know, man. They just seem, well, a little flimsy, you know. But, you know, for what they cost, I guess. For what they cost, I guess it's okay. I mean, I don't know. I think some of the people that make the, you know, the blower holders, the weed eater holders, and all that, I think they make it. But they're not using heavy steel and all that. They're, you know, and I don't know how well they're built. I don't own one, but just from the videos I've seen on them, they don't look all that durable. I might be wrong. But when I buy stuff, I'm looking at the landscape of the business and what all am I going to get into. Of course, starting out, you're going to have a pickup truck and a trailer. I mean, and then you kind of just figure it out from there. But I've never saw the need for my business to have a dedicated truck for the lawn maintenance. I got to be a little more versatile than that in my business, in what I do, and where I'm trying to do. Those trucks, for what I do, are not versatile enough. You can't pull a trailer. I can't pull a dump trailer. I can't pull the skid steer. I mean, that's just right off the top, and name just a few on the reasons why I have not gotten one or went that route. Now, if I was going into fertilization and all, I probably would go that route, because and it have, you know, the rig on there for the fertilization, the big tanks and all, and then you can load a mower or two on there too. That would be, you know, well, that would be a multi-use truck. It makes a lot more sense to me to have one that has the fertilization rig and all on it, with space for mowing, than it does just to have one just for mowing. But if you're doing enough residential lawns and you got enough work, I mean, and that's, you're not doing a lot of other stuff like skid steer work, dump trailer stuff, or you're not doing things where you need, to pull a trailer. I just think having the ability to pull a trailer is a must in my business. So I wouldn't mind having one of those trucks like that, you know, for the summertime, but it probably wouldn't get used a lot in the wintertime. Especially if it doesn't dump or nothing. And it's easy for me to sit here and say, okay, I don't like those trucks because of this. The reason I haven't gotten one is because of that. But, you know, I have to go all the way back to what they cost and the overall, you know, return on investment quickly. And that is. Now, I don't know. Well, even a used one, the used ones are freaking up there too. But for me in my business, I don't think I'll get one. But where I'm at, and since I already have a skid steer trailer, a dump trailer, 2 lawn trailers, and 2 trucks, pickup trucks, 250s, then I ain't gonna buy one. I can't justify it. But you have to weigh that, we'll say $55,000 price tag against, okay, having blowouts. Okay, well, every year, now on the dump trailer, I don't use it all the time like I do the other trailers, and so I rarely, I mean, I've had the dump trailer 10 years, and I probably, in the course of that time, I've never wore out a tire. Now they've gotten holes in them, and from nails and that kind of thing, but I want to say, that in the 12 years or so that I've had the dump trailer, I probably bought 4 tires for the dump trailer. And that's including the spare that I have hanging from the side of it now. But I don't use it all the time, so you got to weigh that. You know, if you look at it like that, and then you weigh that against a $50,000 truck, well, the monetary part is, well, it's not apples to apples at all. It's, you know, it's peanuts. You have to weigh, you know, a $50,000, $60,000 truck against, you know, having blowouts. Now, there is a certain risk to having a blowout, and they're much more likely to happen on a trailer than on a truck, for sure. But if you're, you know, a G out here, you're prepared for all of that, because, well, you don't make it out here this long dealing with trailers and, you know, not be equipped for a blowout or changing the trailer tire, but you're going to be going through tires. But ever since I went to the 5,500 pound axles on my lawn trailers, I have not had the problems that I had with the 3,500 pound axles. And I kind of knew that because I never had problems with my dump trailer tires either. Not a lot more else, really. They both, you know, the trailers, to me, where I'm at, and based on everything that I have bought up to this point for the business, meaning trailers, equipment and all, it would be a bad move for me to buy one of those trucks. It would be. Because what would I mean, and get rid of the 250s and buy one of those trucks. Having one of them would be pretty cool though. But, and again, this is not anything, no dig against nobody. This is just information about my thinking and why I have not went to a, you know, a truck like these Suzus and everything.